Well, hey there, it's Catherine Pooler from Catherine Pooler Designs here at Scrapbook.com. I can't stop talking about the display behind me. Scrapbook.com is all about coordination, just like Catherine Pooler Designs. This display is killer, and I think our collections are too. All right, so let's dive in and look at how our collections coordinate together. So we have a color palette here. This is how we always start our collections. We chose a spa color palette for our In the Kitchen release. We have rouge, mandarin spice, sauna, green tea, eucalyptus, and icing on the cake. And since they are from our spa line, they have that muted undertone, very sophisticated look. And we also felt like this color palette was very retro feeling, very 1970s and 80s. You guys remember those avocado appliances? Who's with me here? This is what all of the colors look like swatched out, just direct to paper on the cardstock there. And then we put a pack of patterned paper together using that color palette. And we have some sequins. So this is our Des Moines sequin mix, pulling the colors straight out of that color palette. Then we have images and dies and stamps and all kinds of goodies that are going to coordinate with this collection of products here. So before we dive into some stamping, I wanted to show you a few samples. Stay tuned to the end as well because I'm going to share a few more. So the stamp set that I'm going to use today is our Veggies Please stamp set, which coordinates perfectly with these products. You can see this card uses the patterned paper, the stamped images, and this is our magnetic messages sentiment set, and everything coordinates perfectly. Here is another card. This is our picture frame dies. We'll be using that today. There's no patterned paper on here, but you can see I pulled the color palette straight from the patterned paper. So it makes it really easy for you guys to just pull that color palette as well and get started on card making. Here is a card I made with this great patterned paper. I love this design here. And then I stamped the radishes in our picture frame die with our stitched rectangles that were coordinated to layer on top of each other. And then we have a die cut radish just popped up right on that sentiment. Here's a fun card using patterned paper, some of those veggies, this punny little sentiment, and this is what we're going to create today. I have trouble making the same card twice, so we are going to tweak this up a bit. I have prepared some of the items already. So here are our picture frame dies, and there's tons of different ways to use these. You can just cut them out and use the full piece. You can layer on our stitch squares. I always almost say stitch rectangles, geometry. Or you can die cut through the front of the card just like I did here. So the way I did this, I just took two of the sizes. I did a little bit of, this is painter's tape. You can use washi tape or purple tape. I lined it up on my layer. I had already cut my layer and then I just centered it, tacked it down and ran it through my die cutting machine. So there was a little frame piece there. I set that aside. We'll use that for another project. And then for this one, we're going to layer it on here like this. But we need some fun little images to dress this up a bit. So I thought I would stamp some of these vegetables to show you how they're done. Now there's different ways you can stamp die cuts. A lot of times I will stamp them on cardstock and then die cut them. But I also like to die cut first and then stamp. It does take a little bit of practice to get them centered and lined up. I don't always hit it right the first time, so I usually just die cut a whole bunch in case I make a mistake and I'm not layering and stamping them correctly. But that turned out pretty good. So let's try some carrots. Oh, this one is way up. Oh, you know, wow, I thought that was way off and it wasn't. I did pretty good. We have several different toppers. So you can just adhere the leaves to the back of the carrot. How cute is that? Here's another one. I didn't actually stamp that one for you, but there's another option for the carrot top. So I stamped my sentiment already, and then I'm just going to use some foam tape here because I want both of these layers to be popped up. It gives fun interest to your card when you have multiple heights going on. I like to use a lot of foam tape. Okay, all my backings are off, and then we'll just center this on top of the patterned paper. And in that pack, the Potluck Party Paper Pack, say that 5 times fast, there's lots of different options for you to use all kinds of different patterns on this same kind of card design. So you'll get slightly different looks, but they will all be coordinated because they were all meant to go together. We'll use some foam tape on this sentiment layer. Thanks a whole bunch. So we need a bunch of carrots. So I thought these would be really cute just to pop up right over here. Just add a little Nuvo liquid glue. And we can't leave out some sequins. So I'm just going to add 3. Use a couple brown, and then I'm thinking a little orange flower. I love how these little orange flowers coordinate with our Mandarin Spice ink. So there you have it, a small twist on the first design. I love both of these cards, but do you have a favorite? Leave me a comment under the YouTube video and let me know, do you like the carrots or the peas with that fun, punny sentiment? And now, since you have hung in here till the end, I have some more card samples to share with you. So these were all from the In the Kitchen collection using the same color palette, the same patterned paper, but some different stamp sets. We have another set called Lick the Bowl. There's a sentiment in there that says, life is short, lick the bowl. And it has all these fun kitchen elements in it. So we have oven mitts. We have little casserole dishes straight out of the 1970s. We have the beloved KitchenAid mixer. This fun hashtag I made this. Love that. How cute is this little whisk and the mitt just layered on there in the corner? Love that. Here is another card with the same layout, very similar here, but a little bit different look. So this is just the stitched squares that I was talking about. I have one more card to share. I whipped this up for you. So I hope you enjoyed this look at our In the Kitchen collection. You can find all of these products at Scrapbook.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happiness is life handmade.